Hello dear students, I am Darshna Patel from VPMP Polytechnic. My subject name is Mobile Computing and Application Development, subject code 33600704. Topic name, different generations of wireless technology, cell cluster concept of unit, introduction to mobile computing. Now objectives of learning is to understanding mobile communication concept, then the different generations of wireless technology, cell, cluster and frequency reuse concept. Now the topics today is covered are mobile communication, different generation of wireless technology, basics of cell, cluster and frequency reuse concept. Now first of all, the basic concept is to what do you mean by the mobile communication. It's a wireless form of communication in which data and voice information is transmitted and received through the microwaves. It's called mobile communication. Means here the mobility is the main concept. Such kind of communication take place while moving from one place to other place. The examples of mobile communications and such kind of wireless communication is the cellular and digital cordless telephones, pagers, satellite-based communication. These are the examples of wireless communications. Now, different generations of wireless technology. The network which is connected by radio waves or microwaves to maintain the communication, and if there is no physical connection between the sender and receiver, then it is called wireless technology. Now there are different generations of wireless technology, like wireless networking. They are using the various equipment, and based on that various generations are there. First generation of wireless system like 1G, then second generation of wireless system, say 2G, which is divided into two subcategories, 2.5G, 2.75G, then third generation of wireless system, 3G, fourth generation of wireless system, 4G, and fifth generation of wireless system, 5G. Now, as per the features, the development year or the deployment of year of the first generation, it's around 1970 to 1984. For second generation, it is around 1980 to 1999. For third generation, it is around 1990 to 2002. And for the fourth generation, around 2000 to 2010. And the duration of fifth generation is 2010 or 2050 onwards. Now the data bandwidth of the first generation, it required a 2 kbps. The available speed of the second generation is improved to 14.4 to 64 kbps. Third generation is then more improved to 2 mbps. Then the fourth generation, it covers 200 mbps to 1 gbps. Fifth generation, 1 gbps and having the higher bandwidth. Then the standard which is used by the different generation, that is of the first generation, it is based on the totally of analog system. It is based on the AMPS. Then the second generation, it is based on the TDMA, time division multiple access, CDMA, GPRS, ADG. Third generation, it is based on the wideband co-division multiple access, WCDMA. Fourth generation, it is based on the single unified standard. Fifth generation is again now they are going to based on the single unified standard. The technology used in the first generation, it is based on the totally of analog system. From second generation onwards, the second generation is based on the digital system. Then the third generation, it is based on the broadband bandwidth, CDMA and IP technology. Fourth generation is again based on the unified IP technology, which is based on the packet switching telephone network. Fifth generation is also based on the unified IP and seamless combination of broadband. Now the services provided by the different generations. The first generation, they provide the mobile telephony. Second generation, 2G provides the digital voice and the short message services. 2.5G, which provides the higher capacity packetized data. Third generation, it provides integrated high quality audio, video and data. Fourth generation, having the dynamic information access, wearable devices, smart devices kind of services. And the fifth generation, it is provide dynamic information access, wearable devices with the artificial intelligence compatibility. Then the multiplexing techniques used by all these generations. The first generation uses the frequency division multiple access. Second generation and the 2.5 generation, they are based on the TDMA, CDMA. Third generation is based on the CDMA multiplexing technique. 4G and 5G, they also use the multiplexing technique of CDMA. Switching, first generation is based on the circuit switching. For that, the fixed dedicated path is established between the sender and receiver on which the data is going on. The second generation and the 2.5 generation, they are also based on the circuit switching. And from the third generation, the concept is changed to packet switching. The packet accept the circuit for air interface, means they are based on the packet transmission. Packet switching concept is going there from 3G, 4G and then 5G. And the core network which is used by the first generation is PSTN. Second generation also PSTN. From third generation, it is based on the packet network. Then 4G, 5G, they are using the internet as a core network. Now, basic concept of cell, cluster and frequency reuse concept. Now, first of all, what do you mean by the cell? So, cell is a geographical area covered by the radio frequency signal. It is the smallest unit of frequency, and its type and the size, it depends on the location, height, reactivity of antenna and the power of transmitter, like that. But in reality, the cell can be of any shape, but generally it is represented in the form of hexagon shape. And the base station is placed at the center of this cell. Now, the reason behind, the general logic behind the shape of the cell is in the form of hexagon, because of the fact that if we are keeping the cell as like a circle or like some kind of shape, then there may be a possibility of dead zone. If the number of cells are clustered together, then there may be a possibility of dead zone. But in case of the hexagon shape, there is a no dead zone, and from base station to the all areas, it covers the equal radius. So generally, the shape of the cell is in the form of hexagon. Now, cluster. Now, what do you mean by the cluster? Cluster is a group of cells. The number of cells, they can be grouped together to form a cluster, and they are grouped and arranged in such a way that the no frequency channels are reused. So they are arranged in a way, so reuse the frequency channels concept. Okay, the size of the clusters, it can be defined by the number of cells in the cluster. Here, the cluster of size 7 is shown. It's not a particular way we have to fix the size of cluster as a 7, but often this cluster the contains 7 cells, but other configurations are also possible. 7 is a conventional number. Now, frequency reuse concept. Now, the design process of selecting and allocating channels for all cellular base stations within a system is called the frequency reuse concept, of frequency planning concept. Now, for increasing the capacity of any system, the frequencies must be reused in a cellular layout. But how we are reusing the frequency in a manner that there may be of no interference of frequencies. So for that, we use the concept that the clusters are arranged in such a manner that the no neighboring cells that having the same frequency channel. So for avoiding the frequency interference, we remind the thing in mind that the no neighboring cell having the same frequency channel. Thus, we reduce the frequency interference and reuse the frequency channels for improving the capacity of the system. So, in frequency reuse concept, the clusters are arranged such that no neighboring cells having the same frequency channel to avoid the frequency interference and to improve the capacity of the system. So this is a concept behind the frequency reuse concept. When we are organizing the clusters and arranging the cells, then we are remembering how we are arranging the neighboring cells in the cluster. So these are the basic concept. Thank you for hearing.